and welcome back to another episode of Philly Geek Ladies. This is episode 10. I was going to say season 10. Like, we'd be so lucky. We'd be so lucky.
Mate.
And yeah, this is our last episode for season 2. So I hope you guys have enjoyed all our episodes so far. If you haven't, you know where to check it out. But as usual, I'm T.
I'm P.
Sharifa.
Hey, and we are the Philly Geek Ladies. But today we've got, what's that song? A banger, a banger, a banger. You know that song? There's a song that goes banger, banger. No? Okay.
We're just going to pretend I didn't have them.
Okay. There's a song. I'm going to find it. Anyway, we've got 2 films. One's a banger and one's going in the bin. We're going to be talking about Thunder Force and we're going to be talking about Run. They're both on Netflix. So if you don't know, you better know. Let's get into it.
Get into it.
I guess we should start with the one that's going in the trash can, in my opinion. And that
Thunder
is
Force.
That is Thunder Force. Exactly. That was a
What's
new
the action?
Oh, ready? 1, 2, 3. Thunder Force.
I don't even remember it. That's how bad it was.
They said you had to say it like Thunder Force. You can't just say
Thunder Force. Anyway, this is a Netflix film. It's a new Netflix film. It's about 2 estranged childhood friends who reunite, and one of them devises a treatment that gives them powers to protect their city. They're potentially superheroes. It stars Melissa McCarthy, who's best known for her role in Bridesmaids and The Heat, and she's currently filming The Little Mermaid, and she'll be playing Ursula. It also stars one of our favourites, Octavia Spencer. We all know her from Hidden Figures, The Help, her portrayal as Madam C.J. Walker in Self-Made, and she was the grandmother in Witches. It's got other people that we know, such as Jason Bateman from Ozark and Bobby Carnival from Will and Grace and Broadwalk Empire. Take it away, Paulina. What did you think of Thunder Force?
Like, I watched it with my mum and it was just dumb because for the women that I love the character, I love the actors, I forget their names, but they play everything. Well, okay, I forgot the black lady.
Octavia.
I think Octavia, she could play everything. So I enjoyed watching her in a non-serious, dumb, invisible superhero that didn't actually do anything. And then I really appreciated Melissa, but I feel like she plays the same role in every film she does. So she's more like a typecast comedian, insert laughs type thing. But I mean, it was a throwaway Saturday night, what's on telly. It was trended on #1 and it still is as out of the top 10 on Netflix. It was just dumb. Like, I don't even have an opinion. Even the bad girl, she was in I think she's in The Matrix. Or no, not The Matrix. She's in something. Fast and Furious.
Yes.
Yeah, so even her was just done. Everything was done. That's the end of it, basically. That's what I thought of it.
Agreed some more. It was all right. I find it all right. It was dumb, but it was an easy watch.
Yeah.
I just didn't get some of the stuff. And Melissa's voice annoys me. It just annoys me. I can't help it. She's always, it's always, I don't know. So it just annoys me. She can be comical. There were some bits that were, hee, maybe not ha, but there was some hee moments. But like, for instance, the part that really got my tits were when they were having the dinner. She was having the dinner with what was he called? Lobster Man?
That made me feel uncomfortable.
Lobster. I felt very uncomfortable.
I
felt very uncomfortable. Which was really on the scrap. I was like, this is disgusting on so many levels. I didn't even want to know. It was just, that bit just got me. Apart from that, the whole superhero woman thing, it was all right. It's been a while since we've seen comical superhero stuff, so it was all right. But would I watch it again? It's a resounding no. I won't be watching it again. But if you haven't watched it, it's an easy watch, so I will recommend it.
I agree with all of you. I'm not gonna lie, I did chuckle. I must be the weird one in this group because certain things you guys like, I'm like meh. And then this film wasn't a great movie. I enjoyed it in the sense of I chuckled a little bit. So that bit when they're at the dinner table, I felt uncomfortableness, but it made me laugh because I guess they wanted us to feel uncomfortable. That was how I took it. And I thought that was quite funny. I also, you know, the crab reference when he was like, and it was so predictable when the waiter came and he was like, oh, do you want, we've got the seafood crab, this, we've got this, that, and the other. I'm thinking, yeah, can you not see that you're talking to a crab? it was those type of things that, you know, when you laugh because it's stupid, not because it's funny.
Yeah.
That's what it was for me. I was disappointed with Octavia because she is like,
It's not her.
Yeah, she's so talented. And even if you want to do a comedy, for me, this was so far-fetched.
Yeah, but why is it trending? Why is it doing so well?
It works for some people.
There ain't nothing to watch.
And there's nothing to watch. It works for some people. And I guess it was, for me, it was nice to see something, although it wasn't great, it was nice to see something different from the norm, because a lot of films are quite heavy. I mean, the next one that we're going to talk about, which was superb in my opinion.
Oh, you liked it?
I loved it, but we'll talk about that in a second. It's dark, it's heavy, it's something, do you know what I mean? And there's a lot of things, given the periods that we're in, given the times that we're in, a lot of things that are out, even if there are like the Vikings or Ozark, it's still quite dark. You know, behind it's quite dark. So I guess this was something quite light. Even if you watch something as, I was gonna say breathtaking, but it's not necessarily breathtaking, but something really good like Money Heist, it's still quite heavy.
Yeah.
If you know what I mean. So this breaks it up. And I all I want to say is I just wish Octavia, even if she was gonna do a comedy,
not this.
It didn't work. I didn't.
Who would you put in place of her though?
Tiffany Haddish.
Nah, I think
it would have made more sense.
Two silly comical people in the space. That movie would have been trash.
The film wasn't great, so I don't think you need someone like Tiffany Haddish in it.
I think Taraji P might have worked. You know.
Again, she's a good actress. Not that even Melissa. This is Melissa's field. This works for Melissa. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
This, for me, it didn't work for Octavia. And it's not that she can't do comedy. They tried to be so funny and it didn't work. It just didn't work. All those bits where they cut out, and all the funny bits, the main funny bits for me were done by Melissa. So when she met the crab man, the half criterion, oh, what, you're half, what did they say? They said, oh, you're half Criterion. She goes, oh, you're half Korean. It was like, that wasn't really funny, but haha.
At all.
When they did the ad-libs, you know, that when she was dancing in her sparkles and things
that
like
was so random.
It was very random, but
so random. I did not find that funny either. I just found it random.
What is happening? Why did this happen?
You know, and this thing that they tried to, and I guess they did it intentionally, but again, I found it quite annoying. Oh, I'm not a nerd, I'm smart. It's called being smart, blah, blah, blah. It's like, are you trying to send a message home that people that are clever, people should stop calling them nerds? And they, like, it just didn't, I don't know. Like, I actually, at one point, I had to watch it twice because I fell asleep the first time.
Oh, okay, I was going to say.
And when I watched it the first time, I thought, oh, maybe I can get my sons to watch this because that's how dumb it was. But they've got bad language in there. Yeah. So I thought, not quite. Yeah. Did you say a lot?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was like, I can't let them watch this. But like, if I was that parent that didn't care, this is something that they can easily watch, very, very easily. But yeah, I just wish Octavia. I mean, I guess it's hard times. Everybody needs.
That's what I was thinking. Is it a 2020?
Everyone needs a role.
Do you think that's what it was? Because
nah, I think she wanted to do. For me, I think she wanted to do something different. Madam C.J. Walker wasn't heavy, but it was a serious role. The Help is serious. Even her role in
Mother, that's it.
Mother, yeah.
That was dark.
I mean, it was weird, but it's quite serious.
I just feel like her facial expressions are the same in every film.
Even this, when there was jokes, her face was still the same. It was like
her face doesn't change when she's acting. It's just
like Kerry Washington.
Yeah. Don't get me in with her because anyway, she knows because she posted this. I see the memes, guys. She posted that.
Yeah. But you know, they're all brilliant actors. They get the story across. Yeah,
that's true.
Thunder Force. It was, you know, I was forcing myself to watch it again. I nearly thought to myself, "Chart, I've done half an hour of this. I'm gonna come on and be like, oh, bye."
Like it was just silly. And so it was playful. So I liked that it was lighthearted and I didn't go away feeling anything about it. I felt it's like, oh, okay.
The
That's
bit I could not stand was the raw meat eating bit.
Oh
The
yeah.
sound effects and I was like, why?
Again,
That's not funny. It's actually disgusting. It's not funny.
at the end, they were like,
it.
"Oh, you know, we got to do this together like it was spaghetti." And in my head, I was thinking, "Don't can you not die from raw meat?"
of course you can. It's raw.
Well, no, it depends
Raw
on which
meat,
side. You can eat raw
You
beef.
should get severe food poisoning from raw chicken.
Yeah, raw chicken, yeah, but raw beef.
that's what they were eating.
Yeah,
Oh,
chicken breast. Nah, I didn't get why she had an aversion for raw chicken.
because that was a side effect of the medication, isn't it?
It just doesn't even like even
It's
her
just so random.
in her face. What was that?
It's so random. And
And
the Octavia was just taking pills. I was like,
you know when she was like, "Don't touch anything," and she's like, "Okay," and then she goes into the room and then sits in the
That's
chair.
classic.
I was
That's
like,
so classic. Like in a lot of comedies, even Mr. Bean, the cartoon, which is like,
yeah, Mr. Bean is funny.
Mr. Bean is very funny.
Have you seen the film? There's one film I think I cried from the beginning to end. I love Mr. Bean.
Cartoon series, my son watches it. So we're massively digressing now. But Mr. Bean is actually quite funny. But that's classic. Don't touch anything. Sit down.
Fool.
It was very predictable. Thunder Force was very predictable. It was super silly to the point where it wasn't funny. And I think that they, if anything, for me, I'm not sure. And again, we go down this road every week when we see a film or a show that is multiracial. Can I use that term? I think, you know, the main character in Bridesmaids, I've forgotten her name.
Oh yeah, she did Wonder Woman.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think she and Melissa
would have gone well.
Would have gone better with this movie.
Yeah, that's true.
Because you know, she played really well.
Yeah.
And she's believable in it. And I think the film potentially could have been funnier.
Yeah.
It would have. Yeah. And you know, this whole, I don't know. Yeah, I didn't like it.
We can move on. It's okay.
Yeah.
You're clutching us.
I'm like, Octavia, we do love you, but this film just wasn't, you know.
I'm sure they know. They definitely know.
Auntie, please come correct.
They know the film was trash, but they got paid. So it is what it is.
True.
It is what it is. It's very true. Yeah. Anyway, marks out of 10?
2. A strong 4.
4!
2.
It wasn't bad. Like I enjoyed the humor of it. Like it was so dumb that I was just chuckling. Like,
yeah.
I felt good watching it, but it was stupid.
2.
I think I'm going with Sharifa. Because I like Octavia, 2.5 maybe. But hey.
My cousin said that her partner is a stupid film fanatic type, but even he fell asleep. So yeah, she said that's saying
something.
Yeah.
Anyway, moving on swiftly. Let's run. I'm excited to talk about this one. So The Run is another Netflix original movie. It is an American psychological thriller film about a teenager who starts to suspect her mum is hiding something from her, only to discover a sinister truth. It stars, and I really love her, Sarah Paulson, famously known for Ratchet. She also starred in 12 Years a Slave, an American crime story, and a lovely up-and-coming actress called Kira Allen. And I think Run is Kira Allen's first major sort of role. Sharifa, what did you think about?
Just quickly, you said American Crime Story, American Horror Story.
What?
Is it horror?
Yeah, American Horror Story. She's all of them.
It's not horror though.
It is.
No. Oh, you talking about the series?
Yeah, American Horror Story.
I think sorry. What did I say? American Crime Story.
Yeah.
Well, y'all know what I meant. American Horror Story. Thanks, Felina.
Initially, I was like, I'm not really into watching this. Only because I'm sick and tired of this type of thing. But when I watched it, I was just like, okay, this is actually all right. I actually wanted to see what was happening. And even though it was predictable in the sense that I knew from the moment she took the medication, she's going to find out, she's going to fight. And I already knew she wasn't paralyzed. I was like, yep, she ain't paralyzed. It was so obvious in certain things, but they're acting kind of and the wanted to see it where it goes kind of made it better for me anyway. um it was scary. It was scary in the sense that you start thinking people actually do this. They actually physically make their children sick. I do wish they showed us how she got her out of the hospital there, because I know they only just showed her staring at the babies, but I wish they showed that step of how did she get her out of the hospital, not detected. I know it happens, but it would have been not good to see, but it would have been part of the movie to see like that's how she actually got her out. Um, in all, I really liked it. After watching, I was like, it's actually good. It's actually really good. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm glad. I feel like a little bit like because I recommended this film, but no, I really I actually wasn't. It was predictable, like you guys said, in the sense of the whole Munchausen mum making the daughter ill type of thing. So the twist at the end where it's like it's not even her daughter, I would be fuming. So no, I really really liked it. I love the actress that plays the mum. Obviously, me and names just I don't retain names, but I love her acting. Yeah, but the only thing that was annoying is like they jumped things. So it's like someone who is physically disabled is not gonna jump out of a window and crawl across the roof and do it.
How you know, girl?
Listen, when your life is dependent, remember she's not fully paralyzed.
It's
So
true.
that adrenaline
No,
rush.
but I feel like if someone she's been paralyzed from when she was a child, so she found a picture of herself running around. So when did the mum start doing it, and when did she start thinking she was sick, and all these things? So for me, I feel like if they had tied those ends a bit together, for me, that that's so deep.
That's too much backstory.
So it is. So even when Sharifa said the whole showing the mum showing her being taken to hospital, it probably would have diverted the film somewhere else before they got back to the ending. So I thought it was really good. I thought it was quite sad, but it's in a weird sense. The mum gave her freedom, but just was also controlling everything that was happening, so she wasn't able to get post. Like the fact that they went cinema. No, the fact that they went cinema and she left.
That ain't freedom.
No, but she left her to go to the toilet and then she escaped to the pharmacy. If she was really like on her, that would never have happened.
Because she thought her manipulation really worked. That's what she thought.
Oh yeah, that's true.
She let it slip because she thought, oh, she wouldn't. She'd understood the medication wasn't. It was actually hers. In her head, she thought everything was going well. She didn't realize that the little crack started showing up. So I don't think she gave her any freedom. But the girl just didn't see because that's all she's ever known. That's all she's ever known.
Oh, that's true. Yeah. Okay.
She wasn't going to school. She wasn't going anywhere. It was just a college letter. And I think that's where it got triggered, is a college letter not coming through. And she's thinking, why is this college letter not coming through?
Yeah.
And her searching is what led to all of this. But if she wasn't going to college or anything, I think she would have probably gone on for a long time.
I think the bit that was the most predictable was when she bumped into the mailman, and then it's like, oh, I was rescued, and then she ends up killing him.
Why talk? I get so irritated. I know it's supposed to be part of the movie, but why talk? Mr. Man, I'm stronger than her. Like, he should have quickly just put the girl in the thingy, pushed her aside and run into the car and driven it. He's not saying the girl, you want to follow us? Okay.
As if that's gonna happen. Especially if she's mad enough to be doing the things she's just told you she's doing, and then you're gonna be like, that annoyed me. But I feel like all in all, I really did enjoy the film. The only bit I didn't like was the ending. So I
loved it.
She's got her mobility back to a degree, and then she's poisoning the mum instead, making her paralyzed.
But then if you think about it, there was no way that many years of poisoning this girl wouldn't have affected her.
Yeah,
of course it would have affected her.
Dog medication. It wasn't even human.
Exactly. It's a lot. And I'm even shocked she was able to even have kids. I was like, oh, she's got kids. That's good. And then, listen, she put this girl through hell. That's a lot of mental issues to put someone through, to constantly think you're chronically ill for so long when you've taken away her life, you've taken away her parents,
her mom. We forgot about that bit.
Exactly, you've taken away that right of her knowing her family. You've let her lost how many years of her life stuck indoors, and now she's stuck. We don't know the extent to how much it affected her going forward. We know she's got her mobility to some degree, but it's affected her a lot. Like, I'm sorry, you reap what you sow. Like, you two get. I was so happy. I was like,
yeah, the ending in that. Yeah, it was a good film. But it reminded me of, I don't know if you guys saw, it's an adaptation of a real story. The mum, and the daughter the daughter's boyfriend killed her mum. It reminded me of that film. I forgot the name of it. But it's a real story. It's on Star. It's on the TV channel called Star. And the mum had Munchausen, so she was making her daughter ill, making her have all these treatments and sickness, blah, blah, blah. And then the daughter, the doctors were realizing that the mum is making up her illnesses. So the daughter found out, and then she got an online boyfriend. So online, she was doing all these like anime type dressing up and blah 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 blah. And then she found a boyfriend.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, and
Netflix
then
as well, isn't it?
it's
No,
a true story.
no, but there's a movie. There's a
Yeah, they
series.
made a film. Yeah, yeah. And then the boyfriend, they planned to kill her mum so they can run away and live together. But obviously they got caught. So the boyfriend killed her mum so that she could be free. So now the daughter is now in prison because they plotted to kill her mum. This is a true story. So she's still in prison.
It's on Amazon as well, and they've made it into it's a Star Play, yeah, Star Play and Amazon. But I forgot what it was called. I know which one. You've probably seen it. See, it's always the picture's always up when you log in, where the girl's shaving her hair. She's got glasses. The mum's shaving her hair. She's got glasses.
It's the girl from. Nope. I don't know. I can't remember.
No, I'll find it.
Yeah, it's gone. But it reminded me of that basically. So I thought, okay, it's a bit of a copy, but it's not the same story.
It reminded me of Misery. Do you remember Misery?
Yeah, that as well. Yeah.
And I just thought it was a less dark and clever way of Misery. I really, really enjoyed it. I enjoyed it from the beginning to the end. I kind of knew that maybe again when it's just clever cinematography or directing, because when they showed her coming to look at the baby and she said, "Oh, is she going to be okay?" and then they kind of paused. I said to myself, "That's not her. That baby's going to die," and she's. I kind of guessed the plot initially, but I wasn't sure of myself. I was like, "Is it? Is it not? Is it not? What's going to happen?" But I thought, I bet that baby's not going to be her baby in the end. But yeah, it was really good. I really enjoyed it. Sarah, for me, especially after watching Ratchet, she was the same person, but
she does act the same as well.
But she was just less refined. In Ratchet, she's very refined. She's very on point. You know, this needs to be at 90 degrees. I guess to a degree, in this movie, she was the same, but she was sloppy a little bit. So, for example, she left the medication in the grocery bag, not thinking that her daughter was going to see it, but she did. And little things she was doing made the story unravel. I loved the Kira's character. I loved her tenacity and her eagerness to actually continue to fight and find out what was going on. And you know, her brain worked quickly when she picked up the phone and they were like, "Oh, it's 99 cents to take this call." She put it down. She's like, "Shit, my mom's got a nerve and calling this and the other." And you know, again, shout out to Americans. I don't know if this is real, but I'm not. If someone calls my phone by accident, my number by accident, and they ask me to go onto the internet to look up something,
well, I don't.
I'm hanging up. I don't know you
because you don't know what they're telling you to.
I don't know you, but that man is all shouting at his wife or whatever. This girl managed to manipulate him.
But it depends on the person's voice, though. If someone calls you and they sound distressed, clearly distressed, and they ask you
to phone. You can't call 999
on the internet and all that stuff. But then that would ring bells, though. No, but you wouldn't. She's trying to prove it. She can't prove it because look how she went to hospital, and her mum still managed to take her. So she can't prove it as a disabled person. My mum is doing X, Y, and Z and give me the wrong medication, blah, 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 this, that, and the other. So that's why she had to do it the way she did, which is smart. Because better
you know what was going on. So.
Yeah, when someone knows your steps, you're able to plan ahead. When someone knows your next move, you can't do anything.
Yeah, I really.
Sad though. It was sad watching it.
Yeah,
it was sad.
The fact that, you know, and it was dog medicine. Like she didn't even want to give her anything. Like, don't be giving your child anything that's illegal, that's lethal or whatever. But you're gonna give your child something that's meant for animals just to keep.
She was in her basement mixing up stuff. Like the girl really thought quick as well to be able to drink the poison and not think she probably will die.
But she knew.
I mean, those things for me was unfinished. It was on the top shelf. She couldn't move. So
she could drag herself. Apparently, remember when she was trying to escape?
She
was moving her toes. She was able to apparently
for 3 shelves.
But upper strength. So they do say with some disabled people that have their upper body mobility, they do, like, you do get better strength. So, and again, adrenaline is a different thing. Fight or
you don't realize she used her feet to close the door.
Yeah. Did she?
Yeah, she used her foot to close the door. She was dragging herself. She got in and then she went
She
boof
pulled,
with her.
she pulled her leg. No. She pulled her leg up and used
Oh,
her
she
hand.
pulled her leg up.
Yeah,
Okay.
she pulled both her legs up and then moved down. But you could just pull yourself up. She just pulled herself up.
Hey, I have no upper body strength. So I remember I had my epidural and they said, "Oh, shift," and I tried to move. I screamed. They thought something happened to me. I couldn't do it. So I can only imagine.
But that's an instant. This is a lifetime of her being only using the top half. So she's built that body strength to be able to pull. And it's, again, listen, when your life is you can do. Some people say that some people, when you get into that zone, you have more strength than you actually realize you have. So kudos to her, because I would you wouldn't think that.
No.
But then she thought, this woman loves me too much. She'll never let me die. She'll take me to the hospital. I just drank it.
And she knew, and she did.
I think
you need me.
One point we're missing as well is the fact that she wasn't her mum. So I feel like that also pushed her to want to get out, because how she's taken her away from her real parents.
Yeah, for me, it's more about the fact that the nurse got to the room and saw mum written there. And initially, okay, maybe because she wasn't in the bed, it made sense that, oh, the mum is the person that is to blame. But I just feel like when she just thought maybe she's asking for her mum.
No, because
but we don't know. The nurse just ran. But we don't know whether the nurse was thinking, it was a mum.
No. So do you remember when she was like, they have to stay here because anyone that's committed suicide is observation. They need to find out what's going on. So based off of her trying to commit suicide, they are now piecing the things together. Maybe that's how I connected the dots.
I think they just saw it as she was trying to commit suicide.
No, but they were discussing it before, and I feel like there was a part where they were talking about her medication, and then they said, "Oh, someone," because obviously she's been pumped with so much medication from before what she was taking before. Did you miss that bit? Or am I making that up?
And the doctors just said, because she's a minor, we have to investigate. The social workers or whatever have to come. And they said, "Oh, you've given us this. Do you have her?" I think it was birth certificates and things like that they were asking for.
But it's the fact that she's gone missing and she's written. Sorry, it's the fact that she's gone missing. I don't know what happened there. The fact that she's gone missing and she's written the word "mum" because she was paralyzed. So that's probably what connects to the dots.
I don't know. I don't think the nurse knew. I think I'm with Tita. I think for me, mum, she could have written it before, because the woman was saying, "What do you want to say?" She put mum. I want to see my mum.
But you haven't. So I know I'm a student, but I'm just saying you do tend to see certain things that don't look like the normal. So that could also be another reason why the doctor was like, "That's a bit strange." And she's written mum and she looks scared.
Honestly,
her mum was playing a bit weird though, wasn't she? The mum was like, "Oh, she was."
So. The nurse never even saw the mum.
She did.
The nurse didn't. So she was there. The mum was like, "Oh, there's a door." The nurse is not even paying attention to me.
No,
so the mum clearly.
She spoke to the mum to say she has to stay in the hospital because of the evaluation.
The same nurse that was in there. That wasn't the nurse.
The nurse, she was with the doctor and the nurse.
No, the doctor came out to speak to the mum. I love these bits when we get into this because it's like watching the same thing.
We probably saw
the doctor and the social worker or police officer, I can't remember who, was speaking to the mum. And you're right, Paulina. They said that for observation and for minors that commit suicide, we need to observe them and keep them under watch. So a nurse is going to be with her. Then it shows the mum at the window going. The nurse was not paying attention because remember the daughter's heart rate started going up and up and up and up when she saw the mum.
That's another thing that I was like, when I was working in theaters,
she was ignoring it.
You know the sound, the difference of the beat.
Exactly.
You just know. As soon as it even goes up a beat or two beats, you just tend to, normally anyway, you tend to look just to see the patient. So for me, I was like,
exactly.
I was like, "Hello, madam."
So this nurse didn't pay any attention to the point. And when she turned and she looked, the mum had gone. So the mum had already clocked that, well, in order for me to get this nurse out, I now need to go. That's when she asked for the pen. So I guess she was going to write more than mum. She was going to say, "Mum gave me pills," or whatever, but she didn't have the time to do it. Then the mum did all the distraction and got her out. And so for me personally, when the nurse came back, she was like asking, okay, where is the girl? Did you move her? And she had seen that she wrote mum. I thought, why is she writing mum? I don't think she thought anything of it. And now the girl's gone, so she's probably giving it to her superiors, and then they're now just looking for her. And then I guess, again, backstory, at some point in the film they're like, well, maybe her mum has taken her, but I don't think at that point when the nurse saw the notepad, the nurse was thinking, the mum's taken her. I just think the nurse knew that she, she's really sick, we need to find her, and then she's written this, but I'm not sure why she was written this.
Also, is there such a rush for looking for patients who leave? Because you can self-judge.
This girl had
you can.
She can't talk.
Oh yeah.
The thing is, it could get them into trouble if she has taken a tube out too early. She could be dead somewhere in the hospital. They have to look out for her. Like, this is a patient that is under
patient-centered care.
So you can't, like, the rush is there. I've been in situations like that. The rush is there. Like, it has to be. So for me, I just, my little bit is, when did she start drugging her mum? Because obviously her mum was shot there. She fell off down the stairs. I automatically knew she'd be paralyzed after dropping down the stairs.
I thought she died.
But
I thought she died as well.
I didn't think so. I thought, there's more to it. But when did she start drugging her for her to be truly paralyzed in that hospital?
Well, you don't know how long the drug takes effect. You don't know how long it takes. But then if she's had kids, she's got married and she's done all of that, then it's taken a while.
She's in jail. American jail.
Well,
you cannot keep a tablet in your mouth like that and it not dissolve.
No, but she had it in. She had it wrapped.
Was I watching the film? Because I don't. I watched it.
I was going to ask what was on the menu this week.
No.
She had it wrapped in.
I did watch it before. I think I watched it before. I'd watched it like the weekend before I said watch it.
Okay.
So I definitely forgot.
Yeah, she had it wrapped in cling film.
I was gonna say, because that would have been.
Yeah, she had it wrapped in cling film, and then she's an open wide. So, and remember when she went to visit her mum, they said it's 7 years later. So by the time she got better, she went to uni, doing whatever. She then decided, like Sharifa said, mentally, you're thinking, this woman has robbed me of my life. I am going to make her feel the things that I feel, and I'm going to do exactly the same things that she's done.
That she did to me. Because you imagine the challenges that she's going through in life. She's just thinking, I can't even be running after my kids. I can't do anything. So it will constantly haunt her, where she's like, you know what? Let me give her a taste of her own medicine, literally. Open wide, mama.
What I did like also, which is good for diversity, is that actually Kira is actually wheelchair bound.
Yeah.
So
she is.
Yeah.
I thought so.
Acting. That is.
I actually thought that. I was
really
like,
in the wheelchair.
Get a disabled person. Wow. When she got up and started walking, I was like, is she acting physically disabled?
I think some people, because obviously we don't know what
her cerebral palsy or something like that.
Yeah, so she can actually walk.
But cerebral palsy affects your spine, doesn't it?
Yeah, but some people can still
walk.
It just varies for different people, but you can. Some of them can, but it's just reduced mobility to severe. So it could be. I don't know. I'm just
because my first thought was like, would you? Because in Breaking Bad, when they got the guy, the actor who is actually disabled, people thought he was acting like that. It's like, no, he actually has the disability. So because it's not seen enough.
Yeah, I thought it was amazing because you was in Glee, the boy that's in the wheelchair.
Yeah, there was an uproar about that.
Yeah, he's not even disabled.
Not disabled.
Yeah, because people like there are talented disabled people out there.
Yeah,
they're starting to do it now. Like with Line of Duty, they've got to say a guy with Down syndrome, so they are starting to try and incorporate it.
To be honest, Down syndrome there's always been on TV though, as in like they've always had people.
Yeah, but they've always played someone in the background, or they're never like a main character. So I feel like it's good. No, I didn't know that, but it's good that they.
Yeah, it was nice to when I was doing my research and I found out, I was like, oh, okay, this is good. And there are clips and stills showing her accessing the upstairs to downstairs, showing how the directors wanted her to navigate, and it was just actually good to see. So, when she was crawling on the roof. And her leg, I thought at one point she was going to drop because her legs were.
That's what I was saying.
I was like, oh my gosh, that would have. She was doing that,
That's what I'm saying. Like,
she actually did all of that.
Yeah, she was doing it.
So she has upper body strength, and it's just me.
That's what I said. She actually has that upper body strength. But I was like, so T mentioned it that she's actually disabled in real life. I was saying, nah, like that acting was too good because her legs looked proper, like you could tell from just watching it that her legs looked proper paralyzed. So I was like, how is she acting like this? So now that you've said that, it all makes sense now to me.
Because previously in just or generally when people were playing blind characters or anyone with some sort of disability, I used to, especially
Avatar rings a bell to me.
Say that again.
Avatar. Do you
What
watch
about
Avatar? The guy that he's not actually disabled, but they superimpose someone's disabled legs.
Oh yeah. Oh, is that what they did? Okay. I didn't know that actually.
So wait,
I've lost my
The
train.
actor's not disabled, unless I'm wrong. But whenever whenever he'd get into the tub to go into the Avatar world,
so they use someone else's body at the bottom. I'm confused.
he's not disabled. The actor's not disabled.
No, I get that, but
yeah, so whenever he had really skinny bone legs because obviously he's not walking on his legs, he's disabled. Yeah. So he'd always have to drag his feet onto the bed.
Yeah, we know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
You know what I thought you were saying? I thought you said Avatar. Yeah, I thought you
said did. They would have had to.
I thought you said they use like CGI or something to put like someone that's actually disabled.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
What?
They would have had to.
I'll be so angry.
Are you sure they superimposed his legs, or they didn't just use a body double or a lookalike?
Well, no, but whenever they would show his legs.
But did they show his top half when they showed his legs? I can't remember Avatar.
I'm picturing it right now. So there's a bit in the scene in the wheelchair. He gets his body on the thing and then he drags his legs on.
Yeah, no, you can see his whole body. You can see his whole.
Yeah,
I remember
and there's another bit where you just see his legs.
Could that not be a body double? Because sometimes.
No, that you can see him front.
You see him.
Be somebody that looked like him though.
No, it was him. But that would be weird to.
Actually, I don't remember. I might have to go and look at that. But I cannot imagine someone sitting there doing CGI doing that. That's just not right.
Yeah, but this is what I'm saying. They must have, because you see, like you said, you see him jumping on the thing and dragging his legs. It's bad.
It doesn't make sense to me at all.
How long was Avatar? It's a good 10 plus years ago. So I wouldn't be surprised.
Anyway,
that's what they were doing.
What I was trying to say was before we moved on to Avatar, what I was trying to say is before diversity and inclusion was a massive thing, you got able-bodied people to play people with disabilities. And so I used to think when someone was playing a blind character that they give you contact lenses, or 90% of the time they blind glasses or something so that you have to act blind. I don't know how true that is. And then I also used to think that when somebody had a mobility disability, that if I can say that, and they were wheelchair bound, that they did something to your legs to actually make you not walk. I was so impressed that, like I said, she actually is wheelchair bound, and they actually got somebody with a disability to play it, because 90% of the time, they are getting able-bodied people to play these roles. So it was nice to see that she was someone with a disability acting in her natural state, if that makes any sense.
Yeah.
And she did a fantastic job, like really, because until I did the research, I didn't know whether she was actually disabled or not. But when I was watching her, it was very believable. It was not until I did the research that I was like, no wonder, because this is real. It's not like someone like the guy from Glee, even though he was really good at what he did, but it turns out that he was able-bodied, and that particular character could have gone to somebody with
who could sing
with disability. That's true.
So yeah, it was really good. Well done. Thanks, Paulina. That was a really good presentation. Yeah. And I enjoyed it. What other things are you guys watching?
So I'm sure, I think both of you watched it. So I dropped into a session of, I think, season 3 of The Handmaid's Tale.
I haven't watched it yet. I need to see
I've seen a few bits of, I think, season 3. And I was just like, this is actually quite good, and I never watched it to the end anyway, so I'm starting it all over again. So I'm starting it from season because it's coming out in June, so I started it because I have nothing else to watch.
Every Sunday on Channel 4. That I was like,
no, it's good. It's actually good from what I saw.
I need to come home and watch it. It's
good
as it goes on.
Better.
I'm gonna try. My sister's always going on about it. I just haven't. When I feel like when people talk about it too much, I'm like, I'm not gonna watch it. Like my friend, when everyone
That's
watches
like Game of Thrones. People talk about it.
that's what I'm saying. My friend was watching. When everyone was watching, he's like, I'm not watching it. Why am I gonna watch that? He was like, Brina, I've literally finished season 8. I was like, so now everyone's over it. You're watching it, but I think I'll get there. It's just not drawing me in just yet.
It is. It is worth the hype. It's one of those.
Okay, then I will watch Handmaid's Tale if you watch Line of Duty because it is.
I've been watching this season.
You can't watch this season because it won't make sense to you. It will make
you need to watch it, the passion.
Because there was a part in the episode when he was trying to identify who was on the tape. I knew who it was. I was like, I know who that is. And I was so excited because I've been invested from the beginning. You need to understand it to know what they're actually talking about.
To be honest, I jumped in at season 2. Season 3.
Nah.
I got the backstory from someone that's already watched it, so it was all right for me. It's good.
TV. I love
my husband's watching
every Sunday, 9 o'clock. I'm on the sofa and I'm watching it.
Line of Duty is good. It is good.
That's the only thing I'm watching now. I'm not watching.
I just finished The Crown as well.
That good? Everyone's talking
a couple of days ago. It's actually good. It's good. I actually enjoyed it. I was googling a lot, but I actually enjoyed it. Just to see, is this really true?
Everyone's saying it is true, and then they're like, oh.
Yeah, there's a lot that's been.
Well, The Crown came out and said that a lot of it is loosely based, but it's not all. Some of it is fiction. Yeah, but if you think about it, so some parts of it are true. So, for example, I don't want to give it too much away. Have you finished it, Sharifa? You said.
Yeah, I'm up to date.
So where the Queen mother hid her cousins that had down, that's true. That's true. But there's other bits that they've added a little bit of salt.
A lot of the big stuff are true.
Yeah.
A lot of the intimate moments we don't know because no one else was there but the Queen and that other person, and the Queen ain't chatting to them. So a lot of bits are extra. The Diana bit, I believe a lot of it happened because she had an interview and she did tell insight to a lot of things that she went on with her in the whole household and the trilogy they were having in that relationship. But I did enjoy it. I actually did enjoy it, and I was just like, I look at the royal family in a whole different light.
I digress, but have you seen that they had 100,000 complaints because they were overdoing the Prince Philip tributes? Ofcom, 100,000 complaints to Ofcom because they were overdoing Prince Philip passing away.
Just change the channel if you're not on it.
They cancelled EastEnders. They cancelled all the channels because of it.
People watch.
People are just crazy. This world is crazy.
Listen,
whoever was complaining are crazy. They complain about diversity.
Someone said this is a current thing I can get behind,
and now they're complaining about the fact that
this is the husband of a woman that the British culture hold very dear to their heart,
and they're complaining.
Right, come on, he's dead. It's one day. Just allow it. It's not something for me to complain about. I'm not saying I watched any of it, but I'm just saying just change the channel. It's just a day. It's just a day. Let her have her glory.
When his funeral comes, it's gonna be the same on every channel. It's gonna be.
But of course, but
he's a big figure in the monarch, whether you like him or not. He is a big figure.
But he's royal family.
Exactly.
Nobody complained when Meghan and Harry got married. It was on BBC One. It was on ITV. It was on Channel 4. Exactly. Nobody complained about that. The man, like him or hate him, he's part of the royal family. He is a massive figure, like Sharifa said. So it is natural. The minute it came on, the minute the news was announced, it was like, okay,
everywhere.
Today is a Netflix day. I've heard he's gone. I've paid my respects, but there's nothing going to be on the TV other than, when the Queen met Philip, when Philip married the Queen,
the Crown,
when they had the babies, when they this and that. Do you know what I mean?
They need to do that story. There's some people.
Too many Karens in this world. You're complaining about somebody that died.
100,000.
There are some people. If you think about it, there are some people from their era that loved watching it all day. They loved watching it. So why can't there's TV for us youngsters and some middle ages? What about the old people that enjoy watching things like this? Let them have their time. These people live for the Queen's speech every time. So leave them. Let them enjoy.
They were the people complaining. I'm sure.
I don't think it was them. I don't think it was them.
Who? What?
You know what? I believe.
What young person is
not young? Not young, because none of us watched that anyway. But I'm saying
no one. I think
people in their 50s. I think people in their 50s.
They were the ones calling.
That's what I'm saying. People in their 50s and 60s, but people in their 80s, They're watching that. They're enjoying it. Make a cup of tea, Nanny.
Yeah, those lot would have been watching it.
Exactly.
Under 70s and under were like, can we change the channel? Because, but rest in peace, Prince Philip.
What else are people watching? Guys, I'm watching a lot of trash TV because
crap.
There's a lot of heavy stuff going on right now, and it's one of those things. So,
did you guys ever watch Black Ink Crew?
Apart from Shade Room telling us stuff,
it's complete trash. I used to watch it on alternative platforms, but then they put season 1 and 2 on Netflix, and because I hadn't watched those when I started watching it, it was kind of like, oh, okay, now I want to watch the rest of the seasons even though I've seen them. That's the bit of trash I'm watching. Housewives of Atlanta, trash. I'm watching all the Housewives. That's about. I don't even watch TV like that anymore.
I was gonna say,
sorry,
that I was watching Temptation Island on Sky.
Oh, I've seen that.
I just discovered it late Monday night. I couldn't sleep for whatever reason, and I thought, oh, let me just go to TV. But yeah, I started watching this. Americans again. Some Americans, let me just put that caveat. The things that they do, I don't know if it's for TV or whether this is real, but like I was just shocked about. I mean, I know we've got Love Island and we've got other programs, but there is a form of there's etiquette that the English people have, when they're doing things, and these Americans are literally like, this is not even love at first sight. This is first night. It's like, heck. You just met this person and then you're crying about it. Like, see, and it's not even a crying
like straight away.
Proper, like hyperventilating, like, why did I do this? But yeah, it's mind blowing.
But I feel like if you're in that, when you're in that environment, I feel like you probably would get carried away, and then you're like, crap.
Know yourself. If you know yourself, you're in an environment. Basically, Temptation Island, for those of you that haven't watched it or know about it, is couples that go in there because they want to see if their relationship is worth saving, and they want to see whether or not they can stay together whilst being tempted. First and foremost, if your relationship needs saving, go for A, whether you believe in God or not. Yeah,
it's a stupid prospect.
Or go counselling. B, if you know you're someone that's easily going to be tempted, you either go in there with the mindset that, look, if there's somebody there, and you tell your partner, this is what I'm going to do, or you just don't go on the show. But you can't go on a show that's called Temptation Island, that's definitely going to tempt you. You get tempted, you act on your temptation, and then you cry. Like,
I didn't mean it.
Crying. Like, confused. Like,
have you finished it?
No, I'm
right. Keep watching it, darling. Keep watching. I watched me, my sister, my mum sit together. Can you imagine with my mum sitting there? But yeah.
Wow, go Mumsy. That's a wrap for season 2, guys. I hope you enjoyed this episode. And if you do, check out some more on YouTube, where we've got all the other episodes for season 2 on there. And you can also catch up on Anchor, Spotify, Google Play, Apple Play for season 1 for our podcast. So yeah, look out for us on Instagram at Fully Geek Ladies, and on YouTube, The Fully Geek Ladies, and just stay tuned. So we hope you've enjoyed the content so far, and we will see you soon.
Bye.
Later.